Good morning, and thank you for coming to the 51st McAllen Police Academy graduation ceremony. I am Lieutenant Celia Alvarado, Director of Staff Services Bureau, which oversees the McAllen Police Academy. The 51st Police Academy started on Monday, March 4th, 2019, and officially ends today, August 24th, 2019. At this time, I would like to introduce the McAllen Police Department Chief of Police, Victor Rodriguez.
Good morning. On behalf of the City of McAllen and the McAllen Police Department, we want to welcome all our celebrant families here today for the graduates. We're proud that you're here, and we want you to know that this is a very special day for them and also for us. We're joined today. We have Mayor Darling with us. Today at this event, at this ceremony, we also have with us Commissioner Villalobos, Commissioner Tanya Ramirez, Commissioner Victor Sebi Haddad. We're joined with by our Hidalgo County Sheriff as well as one of our guests today. We're very proud that you're here, Sheriff, as well. And we have various city staff here with us. We have Assistant City Manager Michelle Rivera with us as well. Commissioner Quintanilla has joined us this morning. So this communicates to all of us just how important a day this is for the city of McAllen, and particularly for the citizens of McAllen. Our City Manager Roy Rodriguez could not be here with us today. He asked me to communicate to you that except for the fact that he's got some very pressing matters to tend to today, he couldn't be here, but his thoughts, well wishes, and congratulations on behalf of the City of McAllen are extended on his behalf as well. This class, the 51st Academy, was the first class that we took a little bit of a different route with. We designated a command staff level person to the class to serve in what we call the counselor role. Their task was to coach, to counsel, to guide, to lead, and to mentor, and effectively shepherd the class through the 21 weeks or so that they were going through the academy. Our first assignee to this counselor role was Captain Hector Alcocer. So I will ask Captain Alcocer to come up and to introduce the 51st Academy and bring him in for the ceremony. So thank you so much. Okay, enjoy your lunch.
Sergeant Delahel, would you please present the 51st Academy?
51st Academy, out there, come! Always ready, always strong! Forward, forward!
Briefly, to the family, I'd like to tell you congratulations and how proud we are on your achievement, your family's achievement here today. But mostly my comments are geared towards the cadets. We started this sometime back, very first morning we met, and I remember your eyes being about this big and all the things that you thought you couldn't do. And as we've gone through this process, seeing you overcome some of those things, and ultimately at the end, succeeding the way you did, passing the state exam with marks that are not typical throughout the state, seeing you excel at that level, seeing you rise to the challenge, it's a prideful moment for all of us, but me especially, having the ability to interact with you, I want to tell you that your hard work, that your commitment paid off. And we've talked about how much more you have ahead of you and the expectations that we set in this department, and how we will not lower our standards for anybody. And I believe that you're committed to that. I'm proud of you, and congratulations. Just real quick before we leave, Chief, I just wanted to thank you for this opportunity. As he mentioned, this is the first time we do this. The vision that we get from our chief is outstanding. To have a command staff member dealing with basically entry-level personnel, I think is something that we've learned through his guidance. It's just priceless. These people have had the opportunity to interact with me with them, and really kind of hone in on what our department needs are and how we grow and how we succeed. So thank you for the opportunity, Chief. Thank you for the hard work you did. Keep it up. We start again on Monday, right, with a brand new challenge. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Captain. The McAllen Police Department's Honor Guard will now present the colors. Please stand and remain standing for the posting of the colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the invocation by Cadet Jose G. Hernandez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please bow your heads and join us in this prayer. Thank you, Lord, for blessing us with this day. Lord, we ask for courage. Courage to face and conquer our own fears. Courage to take us where others will not go. We ask strength. Strength of body to protect others, and strength of spirit to lead others. We ask for dedication. Dedication to our job to do it well. Dedication to our community to keep it safe. And passion to continue this every day. And please, Lord, through it all, be at our side. For blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Amen.
We will now break for lunch. The graduation ceremony will continue after lunch. Cadets, you may join your families now.
Good afternoon. It certainly is an honor to be here at the 51st graduation of our academy, and I think I've been around for all 50, but each one is obviously new and just as important as all the rest. And so I want to congratulate you on graduating today and becoming McAllen police officers. You know, and I also want to thank the families for this. And the families, once an officer becomes a police officer, you're a public servant for life, I think. And so it also not only changes how you approach things in your life, but also involves your families. And so congratulations for the families of the police officers, and I hope that you're very proud of your sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, and I think that there can be no more noble service in life than being a public servant. So congratulations for you on that. You know, and you're a public servant all 24/7, even though you work 8-hour, 12-hour shifts or whatever they're going to be, you're a public servant 24 hours a day. And in a way, it's a good thing. In a way, it's a bad thing. If you get in trouble, it's on the front page of the newspaper, isn't it? And so that's the responsibility of a public servant and how important it is to our society. And it's important to our society to have a police officer that they can trust, a police officer that they can count on in times of trouble, a police officer that they want to be proud of. And so there's a certain level of expectation in our community as well in all communities that you meet that level of public service. And so it's an important, it's a lifetime endeavor. And I know on behalf of the City Commission, we're very proud of what you've done and more proud of what you're going to be in servicing to the citizens of the city of McAllen. We have a great class. I'm always so proud of the officers that come through here. And I think we have one veteran. We usually have one, or who's a veteran in the group? Okay. I was in the Air Force. What were you in? Army. Okay, great. Thank God we didn't have a Marine. I have to do a push-up contest. And it was great. We usually have veterans in our department, and we're very proud of course, everybody. When I started in 1978, we had 37 officers in our city. And now we have over 294 officers in our city, and so we're very proud. It's quite a police force, and we think we have not the best police force not only in the South Texas, but in the state of Texas. And I think statistically we can show that, but more importantly, we can show it at how our citizens view our police department and how proud I think our citizens are for it, and how safe that they do feel. Well, also, when I first started, we didn't have any female officers, and now we have almost 42, I think, female officers, and I think that's an important aspect too, because in the line of public service, you have to have different. Sometimes you're a sociologist, sometimes you have to do force, sometimes you play a lot of different roles in it, and certainly our female officers, I think, enhance our ability to serve our public. So I'm very proud of what you accomplished today. I've been involved a little bit in the training, and I know it's vigorous, and both mentally and physically, and so hopefully, and probably harder than boot camp as far as I can remember. And so we're, let you know that that's quite an accomplishment what you did today. And so hopefully what you learned today is just the beginning of your path of public service, and that you'll enhance your career through public service and what you feel is what's needed in our community, and have a successful career in the McAllen Police Department, get promoted up through the ranks, and enjoy a long career as police officers and always as public servants. So thank you. Appreciate it. City Commissioners, could you come up here so we can present the awards, please?
Next is the presentation of the Merit Award, Academic Award, which are given for the highest academic average. The cadets went over 700 hours of instruction during this academy. They took over 40 exams on topics of instruction, such as the Texas Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure, arrest, search, and seizure. This past Monday, our cadets took the mandatory TCO state licensing exam, and all of them passed with great scores, achieving the highest academic average of 96.5. This year's Academy valedictorian is Rafael Alegría. Next, we'll do the presentation of diplomas and badges. The presentation of diplomas and badges will be done by Chief Victor Rodriguez, Mayor, and the Commissioners. Marisa Villarreal. Gustavo Garza. Anthony Toral. José G. Hernández. Cynthia Gonzalez. Brandon Garza. Fidel Garza. José D. Sosa. Mi Chang.
Right. Face. Forward. On.
At this time, each cadet has designated a family member to pin their badge on them. Family members, please step forward for the pinning of the badges. This is the 51st McAllen Police Academy. Next, we will do the administration of oath of office. The oath of office will be administered by Mayor Jim Darling.
You raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Gustavo Garcia,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That I will faithfully execute.
that I will faithfully execute
The duties of the office.
the duties of the office
Of the McAllen Police Department.
of the McAllen Police Department
And of the state of Texas.
and of the state of Texas,
And will to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability
Preserve, protect, and defend.
proceed, protect, and
The Constitution.
the Constitution
And the laws of the United States.
and the laws of the United States
And of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I present to you the newest McAllen police officer.
Thank you, Mayor. The Police Academy class will now recite the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
51st Academy, Code of Ethics.
Code of Ethics.
Begin.
As McAllen police officer, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all men and women,
To liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied, an example to all. Maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule. Develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed in both my personal and official life. I will be exemplary in obeying the laws of the land and the regulations of the McAllen Police Department. Whatever I see or hear of confidential nature, or that is confided to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary to perform the duty. I will never act officially or permit personal feelings, prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law of courtesy and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession as a McAllen police officer.
Your new McAllen police officers.
Right, face, forward, march. Step, face, stay, seat.
I would now like to introduce the 51st Academy Valedictorian, Rafael Alegría. He will now give the valedictorian speech.
Good morning. Buenos días, ladies and gentlemen. Nyajong. Thank you for attending the McAllen 51st Academy graduation ceremony. It is an honor and a privilege to speak on behalf of my fellow cadets. I'd like to take this chance to thank Chief Rodriguez for the opportunity he provided that allowed us to pursue what once was just a dream and is now a reality. Thank you to the members of the command staff that allowed us to pursue what once, for counseling and guidance they provided throughout the academy. Most importantly, thank you to the training staff for all the time and effort they put in sharing their knowledge and experience with us, and for pushing us every day to progress in our physical training and academics. They helped us accomplish more than what we believe we were capable of ever doing. I'd like to thank our family and friends. Without their love and support, we would have not made it this far. Thank you again, every single one of you, for believing in us. It was a challenging 25 weeks, and even though we had our share of rough days, we managed to always stay ready and strong for every challenge that we faced. I remember our first day when we all sat together, 10 individuals from different walks of life, all anticipating the retrieval of our uniforms, not knowing what to expect. It never occurred to me that such a strong bond could be formed in such a short amount of time. The constant support that was provided when any one of us fell in a slump, and always cheering for one another were some of the highlights of our and contributions of our success. We have learned through our struggles together that we are capable of making a great difference in our community through unity and attentiveness that reflects from each of us. These weeks were not easy. We all had to push ourselves beyond a point we never knew was possible, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Thank you to our family and friends for understanding that all our time was devoted to this academy and having the patience to get us through it. Although we faced many obstacles together throughout the way, those who prevailed will remain always ready, always strong. Thank you. Gracias. Ua. Ciao.
Chief Victor Rodriguez will make the closing remarks.
We started a little while ago and it was good morning. Now it's good afternoon. How are you? Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pride that I tell you that we have our mayor with us and our city commissioners with us today. I can tell you from the role that I play that the McAllen City Commission values public safety in McAllen greatly, and it is always at the top of their agenda. We have some of our staff with us today. I'm honored to tell you that we have our sheriff with us today. And Sheriff Guerra, it's a privilege to be able to call you a colleague and a friend, and we thank you very much for being here with us today and for your commitment to public safety. We admire the work that you do, sir. Thank you for being with us. Our command staff's with us today. Some of our advisory board for the academy is with us today, to those of you as well, and our training staff, led by Lieutenant Celia Alvarado, standing right here, all of them. And at some point in time, I will mention to you that every one of them passed their state licensing exam on the first go-around. It's important because one of the things that we have to do in Texas, in order to maintain the license that we do, we get scored. And we have to maintain a certain particular passing rate on the first go-around of testing. So we achieved that 100% on the first test. Thanks to the work that all our command staff does and all the training we do, congratulations to you. Let's give them a hand as well. Thank you. Of course, the graduating class, and to your families, all of you, welcome to the graduation ceremonies of the 51st Police Academy at McAllen PD. The academy, that is the police academy, is a requisite to becoming a police officer. Getting accepted and getting through an academy, passing an academy, is a desire and a necessity and a requisite for everybody that wants to be a police officer in this country and in Texas. Graduating the academy is special. It's once in a lifetime for those of you that enter the work that we do. All of us in this room that were police officers, that are police officers today, had our one day like that. It is a special day, and it is a very significant milestone in the career that you've chosen. All of you today, after completing our police academy and after passing your licensing exam, um, reminds me of the first day we met with you on that first Monday when you first walked in on your first day of class. We sat with you that morning, and we told you that morning that that midnight you crossed from citizen to City of McAllen Police Department employee. You remember that? Well, today, because of your successful completion and your passing of your licensing exam, today you graduate from that City of McAllen Police Department employee, cadet. You graduate from that to a City of McAllen sworn and licensed peace officer, police officer. Congratulations. These are great achievements. What you've accomplished is no small feat by any means. Give you an idea, 150 persons tested for the position. 10 persons out of that 150 succeeded. You are those 10. You've earned the privilege, and I mean that, the privilege of serving, the privilege of performing public service, and the privilege of serving the citizens of McAllen. You have achieved this by virtue of your individual and personal commitment, dedication, and obviously your perseverance. One thing I'll remind you of as you go forward, because things will run fast after today. I ask you to remember that sparkle in your eye when you first walked in to take your civil service exam. When you first walked into the first meeting I had with you. When you walked in the second time for the second meeting I had with you. When you walked in the third time we saw you that Monday morning and that drive was in there. Do not ever forget how badly you want to do this work. If you keep that fresh in your mind, you will always be a good public servant. Allow me to tell you that your loved ones are very proud of you. They're happy this day has come. Obviously, given the nature of the work that we do, it's probable that somewhere within them the seeds of apprehension, concern, and some worry maybe lay within them. This is especially true in the world that we live in today. But let me say to you, law enforcement is part of the fabric of this country. Today, in this country, when we need help, and I was reminded of this just a few days ago, some happenings in other parts of the country. Some people were doing some bad things to police officers, and yet when somebody came after them, the first thing they were calling for was police. It reminded me of what I wanted to tell you today. In this country, when we need help, and this is the case in every square inch of our country, when we need help, we dial 911. 911 is the police hotline. Law enforcement is part of the American criminal justice system. It's unfathomable that our country could exist in the current form that we know it, and as we know it, without law enforcement. Our communities entrust us with police powers, and they base that trust on the promise we make to them. You made that promise today. You made it a few minutes ago. You raised your right hand and you said, "I solemnly swear." You said things like faithfully. You said things like, to the best of your ability. That you would preserve and you would protect and that you would defend. Based on that promise, the citizens of McAllen entrust you with the public service position that you have sought, with the greatness of the job that you have sought. Our criminal justice system is not perfect. It's not perfect because humans are not perfect. Regardless of that, the system that we operate in requires and demands, and it is a requisite of such, that we keep the trust and confidence of the community that we serve. So when the human flaw strikes, we must answer for our actions. We must be accountable, and we must take appropriate action. This is paramount to overall for you, for your fellow officer, and most importantly, for our citizens. We live in a part of the country that still respects law enforcement, that still honors the work that we do. I cannot tell you how many times in a public place I will go and people will tell us, thank you for the work that you do. It's every one of our responsibility. And today you walk out of here with a little bit of it in your hands. Think about this. You walk out of here with a little bit of that responsibility in your hands. My safety, their safety, the safety of all our officers requires that we keep the faith and confidence of our community. And now you share that responsibility. We see you today. We see excitement. We see pride. And we see your strong desire to serve and to protect. I ask you to enjoy the moment. Some of you have already remarked today with your speaker today, your class valedictorian, said, you know what, as adults, I never thought this we could learn and come so close together. But I would suggest to you that as adults, we seldom get the opportunity to spend 20 plus weeks together and to witness each of us, in this case, each of you, to go through the highs and the lows and the personal experiences that you already have. To experience the bonding and the friendships that you have made and the memories that will last a lifetime. So I ask you to mark this also as a personal achievement and a personal development. But I also ask you to mark this as a new chapter in your life. It's a new chapter for you. It's a new chapter for your families. And understand this. It's also a new chapter for every citizen that we serve. When you walk out of here today, that McAllen community will now have, officer, every one of you serving them. How will you perform in that chapter? Today you enter their world. You have asked to be placed in this job. You have asked to assume public office. Today the McAllen community grants you that privilege. And I suggest to you that this is a job about service. This is a job about public service. It sometimes can get very easy to forget, especially in the things and the work that we do. This is a job that cannot be, and I'll tell you again, we cannot exist without the public's trust and without the public's confidence, and particularly without McAllen's trust and McAllen's confidence. Each of you will be in a position to impact lives every day. With everything that you do, your decisions, your demeanor, and your actions have the potential to affect people for a lifetime. You will impact lives daily, and most often, many and much of that impact will be without your knowledge. I call this one of the rewards for the job that we do, is to be able to go home and say, you know what, and wonder just how good we did. because we won't know. None of us will know all the good that we did, or sometimes maybe all the bad that we did. Because that's the potentiality of your actions. It's not a light responsibility. On behalf of the City of McAllen, our leadership, McAllen Police Department, I ask you to exercise your duties faithfully, like you promised today. And that in each and every circumstance that you have an opportunity to impact the McAllen community, that you always do the right thing. If you do the right thing, you will have a successful career. I ask you that at every contact, every opportunity, every interaction that you have with our community, that you perform your best, you decide your best, and always do the right thing. Remember that all of you, as you charge forward today with the authority that you have been entrusted with, I suggest to you that the greatest tribute to all the things that we do is when a citizen walks up to us, like they do now, they simply say thank you. That's the best we can get. That's the best we should expect. And that's the greatest reward that we can get. You walk away from here today with a little bit of that responsibility in your hands. I ask you to not stop learning after today. You've been through 20 plus weeks of pretty intense learning. It serves only as your foundation. And I'll tell you this. Those that are here with you today, they are your foundation. In the work that we choose to do, there are going to be many great moments, and there are going to be many down moments. And for that reason, I ask you to bear in mind as you go forward, keep learning and keep your foundation strong. It is a requisite to succeed in the work that you've chosen. To all the families that are here, on behalf of the City of McAllen and the McAllen Police Department, I want to tell you we are proud to have them join our ranks today. We are proud today. We walk out of here today calling them our colleagues. And we're proud of you for having them and helping them succeed to get to the point where they're at today. We congratulate you as well. We ask you to support them as they go forward in this very challenging work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 51st Academy of the McAllen Police Department. Thank you so much. Congratulations. God bless.
At this time, I want to thank our staff. This is my first academy, police academy doing this. This is, I'm very honored to have done this, and I'm very blessed and honored to have these officers and sergeant have helped me along the way. I want to personally thank Sergeant Robert Del Angel, Officer Herbert Castellano, Officer Armando Lopez, Officer Manuel Flores, Officer David Garza, Officer Juan Cano, Senior Clerk Cristina Correa. Also, thanks to all the instructors who assisted this year. Thanks to our command staff for being patient and being there for me. Thanks to Chief Rodriguez, Captain Alcocer, Captain Luna, and Captain Foley. At this time, I will have Sergeant Robert Del Angel dismiss the academy class.
'51st Academy.
Always ready, always strong.
Dismissed.
This concludes the graduation exercises of the McAllen Police Academy. Thank you for attending. God bless you all. God bless all the new McAllen police officers serving our great city.